Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on, man. We gotta talk about this situation, man, with Lil Tjay's alleged shooter basically appearing in an A Boogie with the Hoodie video, man. It's some super crazy shit, honestly, and we're gonna get into the whole bottom of everything and whether or not this was a setup, because a lot is going on. And if you really think about everything that came out, a lot doesn't make sense and a lot isn't adding up. So before we get into everything though, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna run this up. So let's go. So in case you haven't realized, basically in the last couple days there's been a suspect that was released in the shooting of Lil Tjay. His name was Mohammed Konate, and he's actually from New York City. So they actually discovered this man in New York City being dropped off at a hospital in the Upper East Side, which is totally far away, with a gunshot wound because of Tjay's homies that were with him actually shot him as well in self-defense. And one of the people that were actually in the crime scene said that the person, they were sitting in a red Dodge Durango, and then the person came up the window with the gun and said, give me your chains and like everything, basically give me all your money and stuff like that, which honestly is like an interesting fact. And we're gonna get into that also because like it is something that I feel like has been weird. But they're basically going through his history and stuff. Like there's a lot of like different shit that like has happened with A Boogie and Lil Tjay at the same time. So it kind of like has people wondering if this has anything to do with it. So the fact that this guy was in the A Boogie video definitely has people wondering like what the deal is, because there's a documented beef between A Boogie and Lil Tjay that goes back like mad long. I don't know if y'all remember the one video where Lil Tjay sort of came out and said that he wasn't beefing with anyone, he was done beefing, and he'd be wilding on the internet and stuff, and he said sorry and was apologizing. I don't know if you remember that, but that was pretty big because there was a whole beef going on between A Boogie and Lil Tjay that sort of occurred because Lil Tjay basically said that he was gonna steal a high bridge, like which is like A Boogie's label, a high bridge label person's chain within 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours, what's up?
What we doing?
What we doing?
And like it was like a whole bunch of you, but I think they actually had songs together at one point. But he basically said that he was gonna steal like his fucking chains, and then like he actually posted a video with the high bridge chain. A Boogie said it was cap, but like he just said that he had stole the chain from somebody. That was one part of it. Then he also dissed A Boogie because of something that occurred. Like he just said that he was done with A Boogie's like singing and stuff, and Lil Tjay said he was the new king of New York. And there's probably some other sort of street ties that occurred in between because they're both from the Bronx. I mean, I'm not really sure if Lil Tjay is actually part of a gang or anything like that, but that's kind of despite the point. But basically with what occurred, it has people wondering like what's the coincidence of this guy being in the same video with the person that is from the same city as him, who does not like him at all. And a lot of the questions that I particularly have about this situation is like, how did he know? Like, was he just in the area or something, or how did he know? Like they obviously got the drop on him, because like how would they know that he was in a red Charger like that? Like I'm not sure if he really posts his cars like that, and it's kind of an inconspicuous car. Like I feel like a Durango. Like I feel like a Dodge Durango, like I'm not gonna think that like a famous person is in a Dodge Durango. It's not some random shit, man, because it's not like Tjay was posting anything on his story prior. He just posted like an ominous message saying that people were trying to like take advantage of his kindness and stuff like that. But it's like, how would he know that he was in that car at that time? You know, unless they were casing him and following him for a minute, it just doesn't make any sense, you know? Especially like in New Jersey of all places when the dude is from New York, which really makes you wonder like how exactly did he get the drop on him and what. And it doesn't sound like a random robbery, because if it was a random robbery, why would you shoot someone 7 times? You feel me? Like, does that make any sense to shoot someone 7 times if it's a random robbery? Like in the Pop Smoke situation, I think they only shot him like once. And if it was a situation where you were robbing someone and freaked out because the dudes had guns and shit, like, I don't think that you would go and just try to rob someone with a gun and like shoot someone, especially when you know the other people are armed. Like, it just doesn't even, does that make some sense? Like, I feel like a robbery would occur if someone was like unarmed and lacking, but Lil Tjay was not really lacking in the situation. Like, sure, they were posted in one spot or whatever, but he was not lacking in the situation. Like, he had people with guns with him. So this dude definitely, I don't think that it was some type of situation where he was trying to rob him. That's personally me, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you shoot him in 2 separate places too? He shot him 7 times, shot him in a Chipotle, then shot him when he was running at an Exxon Mobil and shit. Like, bruh, if you shot someone 7 times, like, why would you still chase them and try to kill them? Like, if you're robbing someone, like, you wouldn't just like shoot them and then like whatever happened just dip. Like, why would you be chasing the person that you just robbed? You know, like, that doesn't make any sense. And you didn't even get anything off them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like someone is just saying it was a robbery or some shit, but it was something deeper, because it just doesn't add up. And the fact that there's a whole beef with A Boogie and Lil Tjay, that in total like doesn't add up either, man. It just shows that there's like something more going on. I don't really know. Personally, I would say it was a setup. Someone gave his location and then they went to go kill him. Because why would you, like I said, why would you shoot someone 7 times if you were trying to rob them? Why would you chase them all the way down the block if you were trying to rob them? Especially in like Edgewater, New Jersey, which is a nice place where this shit doesn't happen. I would feel like if you were robbing them, you would pull a gun out and then you would like, if you do shoot them, it would be like 1 or 2 times and then you would dip. You wouldn't be chasing the dude down the street, shooting at him in a fucking open ass place and then risk getting shot yourself when other people have guns. Like, that's just crashing out. That sounds like a hit rather than a fucking like robbery, man. But hey, I don't really know what the deal is. More information is obviously gonna come because it's a super high profile case, but it's just kind of crazy that this dude was spotted in A Boogie's video, which kind of leads to people to believe that it could be something bigger. But let me know what y'all think, man. Real safe shit. You already know what's going on. Peace.